Indie Beacon Radio with hostess Denise Bryson. Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
Welcome everyone to our radio show. We encourage everyone to drop everything and read, and we have the wonderful pleasure to be interviewing Diane Windsor today. How are you, Diane?
Hi, Denise. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am the founder of Motina Books Publishing, and we are all about helping mothers and women tell their story. And there's a special place in my heart for single moms.
Yes, because you were once a single mom yourself.
Yeah, for a while. That's right. So I love helping women and moms and single moms get their stories out into the world and publish their books.
So tell us a little bit about your book publishing. Your book publishing company.
So we're a traditional publishing company. So I know that a lot of publishers today, they are hybrid. So they do a little bit where they might charge for some services and not other services and share royalties with the author, or maybe not. But a traditional publisher normally will take care of the upfront costs and do the formatting and the editing and the cover design, and get the ebook and the print book uploaded to the various distributors. But then we will share the royalties with the author.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And so what made you become an independent book publisher?
I've tried my hand at writing, and I do enjoy writing, but I really get a kick out of the technical stuff, the formatting and the editing. I don't know why my brain just kind of works that way. I just love that stuff. So I thought that it would be more beneficial to me, that I would be able to, to do more good for the world by helping authors instead of actually being an author. Now that said, I do have some books that I work on as well, but my main focus is to publish other people's books.
And what kind of genre do you publish for others?
The genre, it can vary. I'm not too set on one genre, but I do want to just make sure, like I said, that I'm helping women and moms. But I will vet my authors, of course. It isn't like I will take anybody who comes to me with a book or a book idea. I just think that since my name and my company's name is going to be on the book as well as the authors, that it needs to be a good fit, right?
Mm-hmm. So now, how did you get the name Motina?
So when I was thinking about the name of my company, I started thinking, well, what are words in other languages for mother? And I have a German background. I'm 100% German. My parents actually came to the United States in the late 50s. But the German word for mother is Mutter, and it's spelled M-U-T-T-E-R. And I'm like, if people are going to say mutter, and that just sounds weird. Mutter books. So Motina is actually the Lithuanian word for mother. I just started, Googling different words for mother, and I think it sounds nice too. I like it.
Yeah, that does sound nice. I thought, I was wondering, was that maybe a maiden name of your mom, or or something like that, or your maiden name?
That would be a security risk if I put my mother's maiden name out there, right?
Oh, that's true. That is true. Oh my God, that is true. That is so funny. And then, but you also are an author as well. So you've got several books that are out there.
I do have a couple of books out there. Way back early on, I actually started looking into self-publishing back in the mid-2000s.
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
I wish I had stuck with it more than I really did. But I was doing ebooks, when before Amazon had anything like KDP, it was still Moby at that time. So I was doing the Moby books, and I did a few. I self-published a couple of technology books for children because I thought it would be cool to teach kids how technology works. And I've got a background in IT and networking.
Oh, wow.
And then I've written a couple of, I like writing nonfiction, so I've written a couple of self-help books for single parents, as well as this is a little novella, a single mom novella that I've written.
Yeah. Tell us
And
about
then,
that one. I was going to ask you, so I got my
it's kind of based on true events. It's called Smokescreen, and it's about a single mother's struggle raising a son. And because that's not easy, and I did that, and man, these boys grow up to be very tall and
yes,
bigger than their moms, but they're certainly not men yet. So it's not easy to raise a young man on your own.
yeah, it's not. I have a lot of friends that have sons, and they're and single mothers raising sons. It can be very difficult because you have to try to balance out being the man to give them, because you're not really a man, so you can't give them what men could give them.
Exactly.
But you have to, if the man is, if the father is not in the picture, then you have to try to figure that out.
Exactly. And I think, fathers are so valuable to both boys and girls, as children develop and grow. And, I wish that my son's father had been around to, teach him what it means to be a man. So unfortunately I had to do that, but that's kind of what Smokescreen is based on. And then in 2018, I published Murphy's Miracle for a wonderful author out of California. Her name is Julie Samrick. And this book is based on the true story of a golden retriever, that's Murphy right there, who was lost in the El Dorado National Forest. And no matter, her family tried so hard to find her, and they couldn't find her. They thought she was gone for good. And 2 years later, they found her.
Oh my.
This is a lovely story about what they think Murphy might have done to survive in the wilderness during that time. So it's a very sweet story. And I'm working on another book with Julie right now. And I'm really excited about this one. It is a nonpartisan political book.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to release it in September of this year, right before the election.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Right. We're hoping to bring people together with a completely nonpartisan book. The name of that book is How People Get Their Politics. And it is a collection of interviews with people all over the political spectrum about, how their lives were shaped and how they formed their opinions about politics, because hopefully this can bring a little bit of humanity back into the world of politics, and maybe we can understand each other a little bit more.
And we so need that, because it's just kind of way out there on all ends right now. So that would
Everybody's so divided. Yeah.
And we really need something that brings us back together so that we can make good decisions and things about that. But tell me about single parent money philosophy. I was thinking about that, especially during this time, because we're all in the house. We can't get out and shop like we used to and things.
Right.
So what are some of the things that you would tell a single parent now about a good money philosophy or a good tip for right now? Because I know people are online looking and shopping, and then they're waiting to get their stimulus money, and are they going to
are they going to save it? Are they going to spend it? Or what are they going to do? Right. Well, I will say that I learned about Dave Ramsey and his money philosophy back in 2006, shortly after I got divorced. And he's all about, don't spend money if you don't have it. Don't use credit cards. Make sure you've got an emergency fund. And so I've still been living kind of on those principles. And this book that I've written, it's not ready yet, and I might even change the title, but That was my first title. But I think about, there are so many financial aspects that are so specific to single parents, like child support and saving for college or not saving for college. There's and financially taking care of a household all by yourself. You don't have a teammate. So, my advice right now, I think, for a single parent, because these are very unsettling times and unsure times, don't overspend, right? Try to keep a little emergency fund, a little buffer in the bank or in the freezer in case you need it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because I'm just hearing the buzz about it all, and everybody's like, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I said, well, now let's just kind of save it if we can. If you don't have to spend it, don't do that.
We're just not sure. We're just not sure how this is all going to play out. Hopefully it's going to be over soon. And God forbid, you are one of these people who get the illness and then you're hospitalized, and hopefully that doesn't, hurt you financially.
Exactly, because then that's a different situation going on, because
exactly
people, and at one point they thought it was kind of like centered around more elderly people, but now people of all ages are kind of contracting.
That's so sad. Yeah.
So it's a big deal. And then they have children and all of these things that are that are playing into the picture.
Oh, sure. Can you imagine, you're a single parent, you get sick, you have to go to a hospital. Who's going to take care of your children if you don't have support?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we need to have all those things going on. Now, if a single mother publishes some other type of book, can they approach you about at least send you the manuscript? How do they go about doing that?
Oh, of course. Sure. I'm happy to, to take a look at manuscripts. I love to see an outline and the first chapter or two. And I really ask that authors who approach me do a good self-edit on their book, because it's important to get it to a publisher, and really any publisher, as polished as possible.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a break and hear from our wonderful sponsors. And so we'll be right back with Diane Windsor.
The 5th Annual Authors Marketing Event is coming to Granbury, Texas, July 24th through the 27th. Join us and learn from the professionals how to properly market and sell yourself and your books. Go to ame.authorsmarketingguild.com for all the details. That's ame.authorsmarketingguild.com.
I'm Rox Berkey.
And I'm Charles Brakefield. We're award-winning co-authors, Brakefield and Berkey, of the Enigma book series. There are 10 books in the series, with book number 11 planned for release in January 2020.
Each story has a central technology focus ranging from identity theft to cryptocurrency and now AI wars. These adult techno thrillers pit cyber good guys against cyber thugs across the darknet.
In our world, technology is today's weapon of choice. You can enjoy ebook format, paper, or Audible. We want your feedback.
Until the next story, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, hello there, my friends. My name is Randy James, independent voiceover producer in the Dallas, Texas area, available to write and record a 30-second commercial, much like the one you're hearing right now. It's a great way to help increase awareness and exposure to your book title. It's easy to do. Simply call me and we'll brainstorm on a few ideas, and in a few hours, I'll whip something up and send you a digital file ready to use. Remember, call or text me, Randy James, at 214-762-1942.
Hello, I am the author and poet Denise Bryson. I am the author of The Things That Cross My Mind, Love's Reality, both in book and audio form. I am also noted as one of the best poets of 2011. I have 2 new projects coming up. One is the Blinky series, where Blinky tells us all about our coins and our bills for our children. I also have a book coming out called Say Ye. It's quotes from Denise Bryson, just inspirational and that will help you along the way.
Welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. Don't forget to like us, follow us, or subscribe to one of our many channels. Now, here is your host for today's show.
Hello, welcome back. We are back from our break, and we are back with our wonderful author and publisher, Diane Windsor. And so she is the owner of Motina Books, and then she is the author of the Single Parent Money Philosophy, Smoke Screen, a Single Mom Novella, House Relationship, a relationship guide for teens of divorced parents. And then she's also how to co-parent during the holidays. And so we're going to talk to her a little bit about those things as well. And then we'll revisit also the publishing side of things for her. She does both sides. So this is the author experience. And she really publishes some great books. And so she has a great one coming out for those of you that are just joining us in September. One of her authors is completing a book that's going to help bring us closer together in the political game. So maybe we can all kind of, get into that bipartisan stage instead of being all over the place and one fighting against the other, all of that. But anyway, welcome back, Diane.
Thank you, Denise.
And so can you tell us a little bit about, because I thought this was very interesting, a book about how to, because you're right, when parents get divorced, that's the image that their children see. How are you helping the children in this book called How to Relationship? Tell us about that.
Right. Well, that's, you hit the nail on the head there with what you said about when parents are divorced, then children don't have a good model of what a good relationship should be, right? Because they don't have a committed set of parents who have a good marriage to learn from. And so I really kind of tried to learn from my mistakes. And so, because I've been divorced twice, and I'm on my third marriage now. Third time's the charm.
It is.
I finally got it right. But, so there, I put a lot of tips in there about, avoiding the red flags, about how opposites don't always attract, right? It might be attractive in the beginning to be with somebody who's completely different than you are, but in the long term, you really have to have common values and common goals in order to have a good relationship. And so this book is geared towards teens, and it's a bit of a workbook also. Make it a little fun. I've got some word searches in there, and I love a good word search, right? And so that book is about helping teens with divorced parents kind of have an understanding about what it takes to have a good long-term relationship when they become adults.
And you even talk a little bit about how to find the right person, or knowing when it's the right person as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because you want to make sure that, like I said, they've got the similar values to you, and that they're not off doing things that you don't agree with, and it's okay if you don't get along, and it's okay if you set the bar high and hold out for the right person. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's probably good advice for more than just the teens. I think a lot of single people can benefit from those words of wisdom as well. Because I thought those are things, some of us didn't even learn as we grew up. Because I didn't have divorced parents, but my father died early when I was 12, and so those are things you don't get to learn from your dad, when they go in that way either. And so that it's just good advice, sometimes we don't do it. And so sometimes our moms don't tell us those types of things. They just kind of let us work our way through.
I guess that's true. Yeah. For me, it goes back to money, because my parents thought that they taught me how to manage money, but they really didn't. And so I didn't do a good job until about 15 years ago is when I finally, got a handle on it.
I know, that was me too. I was like, oh my God, it's weird. I look back and I thought, oh, I was terrible with that. And then the funny thing is, I just didn't get the gene. That's what I always say, because my brother is an excellent money manager, so I just didn't get the gene, I guess.
Some people, well, it's just some people it just comes easy to, right? I wasn't one of those people. I need a plan. You got to tell me how to plan this and what I need to do. It doesn't come easy to me. So
yeah, it was work. Now then, all of a sudden, in the midst of things, you wrote this calming book, and it's a coloring book. So you more adult. And so you presented this to us so that we could go and get somewhere and calm down. So this would really be good for this time. I think that's a good.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Because with everybody being at home, the children are at home, husband and wife are at home, and so if you can steal away and begin to, just kind of sink yourself into this, that'd be a good something to kind of get your mind off of things.
That's right. Yeah, adult coloring books are very popular, and by adult coloring books, we mean just, pretty designs that adults color in. Nothing dirty going on.
Right, exactly. Because the cover of it just looks like, it's just something you could just really take time and it would take your mind off things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really good to do.
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice as well.
Thank
And
you.
then you wrote this last book. I mean, this other one's not the last book, but this is the earlier on. I think you wrote this one. It's called How to Co-Parent During the Holidays. Because you always see, I mean, even for parents that are married, they have that difficulty. Who's going to get the kids for which holiday? Especially I think probably Thanksgiving and Christmas are the big ones that usually they fight about.
Right, with which set of grandparents are we going to go visit this time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, but this one, excuse me, it is specifically for single parents, because I remember, when I was newly divorced and my kids were kind of young, I didn't want to be without my children. Excuse me, I didn't want to be without my children for Christmas or Thanksgiving, but that's not fair because their father also has the right to see them. And I've also met some single moms who are like, well, there was one lady that I knew, and her daughter's birthday was on Christmas, I think. So she was supposed to have her daughter for her birthday every year, but then one year her ex was supposed to have the daughter for Christmas, and they were fighting about it. It's like, just somebody give a little bit, think about what's best for the child.
Exactly.
Don't use the child as a weapon against each other. So I talk about that a lot in this book, and there are some journaling pages, and there are a couple coloring pages, and I talk about, like, if you're without your child or your children for a special day, a special holiday, try to do something for yourself. Whether it's reading a book, or just having some alone time, or even going out and helping others, or there are things you can do. I know it's sad that you're not with your child when you want to be, but you gotta put them first. You gotta think about what's best for them during this time.
Exactly. So now, what really inspired you to become a publisher? I guess that's one of the things that was it your own journey through publishing?
That's part of it, but also, I started meeting people and talking to people who really wanted to be authors and wanted to publish a book, and who have great stories. There are good writers out there who have great stories, and it's very difficult to be published by one of the large traditional publishing houses. It's very difficult. And my understanding these days is that they won't even look at somebody unless they have a really strong platform and a strong following on social media. And not everybody is like that. And so I can at least help these new authors who have a great story, just like Julie. Julie is a really good writer, and she has some great stories. I can help them get their book on Amazon, all the other different distributors in print and ebook, and I help with marketing. I'm still learning about that, because a lot of authors think, oh, the most difficult part of publishing a book is writing the book, and it's not. It's selling it and marketing it and figuring out how to tell everybody in the world about your great book that you have. And I really am doing my best to learn more and more about that, and to help my authors market well and get the book out there.
That's good. That is good. We're taking a second break, and so we're going to go and hear some more from our wonderful sponsors.
Hi, I'm Jerry Reedy, author of the book Heat in the Vegas Night. The book is a true inside story of a group of sophisticated blackjack players that take large sums of money from Las Vegas, led by one man, the boss, who trained a group of ex-college athletes from the Pacific Northwest to use a mirror to see the dealer's hole card in blackjack. The true story, stranger than fiction, is about casino espionage, teamwork, guts and determination, and courage. Find the book at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Target.
Thank you for watching or listening to Indie Beacon Radio. Our sponsor, IndieLector.store, is the only bookstore that pays authors their fair share for book sales. Help authors to succeed and enjoy a great book by supporting them at IndieLector.store. Enjoy a 10% discount with coupon code SHOPPER20 at IndieLector.store. Coupon valid until December 31st, 2020. That's IndieLector.store, coupon code SHOPPER20.
What started as a love letter to her son has become an international love letter for all parents to their children. Now you can read acclaimed author Shanalee Charbonneau's story to your children. When her son was very sick, she calmed him by singing her own song to him. She turned that song into the book, My Mama Loves Me, I'm Her Little Boy. She wrote 3 more magical books for all parents and kids 6 and under. Available at Indie Lector, Amazon, and all local and national outlets.
Authors Marketing Guild is a membership-owned organization designed to help authors succeed and learn how to better market and sell themselves and their books. Join us at authorsmarketingguild.com and receive so many benefits you'll wonder why you didn't join sooner. That's authorsmarketingguild.com.
Welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. Don't forget to like us, follow us, or subscribe to one of our many channels. Now, here is your host for today's show.
Hello, welcome back to our radio show where we have been interviewing. We've had the pleasure to be interviewing Diane Windsor, the owner of Motina Books Publishing, and also the author of The Single Parent Money Philosophy. She is the author of Smokescreen, a single mom novella. She is also the author of How to Relationship. And then she's also the author of How to Co-Parent During the Holidays. But her emphasis is on her publishing company and how she helps other authors, new authors, publish their books. And so, Diane, what's next for you? What's coming up in the pipeline for you as far as, I know you told us earlier about the author that's publishing, but do you have some other books that are being published as well?
I do. I'm actually working on one myself. It's going to be a young adult book, kind of in the genre of John Green a little bit, one of these tragic young adult stories. And it's controversial. It brings up the whole vaccination debate. You know, there's a lot of people who don't think vaccinating their children is a good idea, and it brings that into this story. So I like to stir the pot a little bit, you know.
That's gonna be awesome.
I'm also talking to a few other authors who might be publishing with me. We're still in the early stages. One lady has a young adult book, another has a nonfiction parenting book. So yeah, some exciting stuff. And I am hoping to finish The Single Parent Money Philosophy kind of soon. We'll see.
Do you have any events coming up?
No, not right now with, everything that's been going on. I am hoping to attend the book fair in Galveston in November. And we're hoping that everything is going to be back to normal by then, right?
No. But what would be a suggestion for somebody to say, if we just had to start doing some online book events? That would be something that would be interesting if people could kind of set up their own online events and things like that. And where can we find? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, yes, you're right. I see a lot of people doing that. They're setting up online events because we can't get together in person, and that is a great idea. Yeah.
Now, where can we find you on social media?
Well, my website is motinabooks.com, MOTINA books.com. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, trying to do Instagram.
I know.
I'm thinking about trying to do TikTok for books. I don't know. Does that work?
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet.
I haven't either. I've got some young people living in my house right now, and they're all about the TikTok videos. I'm like, well, can I use that for book marketing? I'll have
Yeah,
to see if I can do that.
that's an awesome idea. That's something that probably would work. Yeah.
Maybe I'd have to do videos, right? I'd have to, I don't know, make fun videos with the books. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm on most of the social media platforms. Oh, the TikTok is about the music. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. Have to figure that one out.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. We are wrapping up and winding up, but thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was such a joy to get to know you and to get to talk to you about your publishing company and just being inspired by that, about how that you took your writing and said, well, I want to go and I want to do more and I want to help other writers get published, and you took on that task. So that's awesome. But
and it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. I love to do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And when you're passionate about something, it just makes it that much more fun. So
right.
Thank you so much for introducing us to Motina Books. We thank you for that. And so anyway, we're wrapping up. And so we thank you for talking about your publishing company and all your masterpieces that you have written and all the masterpieces that you will publish for other people, for other authors. Thank you for your time. We have enjoyed chatting with you today. And please remember, everybody out there, to please remember to support our authors and support her authors on her publishing that she publishes. Support them as well. And go out there and look on her website. Could you give us the website one more time for Motina Publishing?
www.motinabooks.com.
Thank you so much. Nice meeting you, Diane. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. To learn more about Indie Beacon services, to be a guest on the show, or to advertise on our show, please visit our website.
Indie Beacon Radio with hostess Denise Bryson. Indie Beacon Radio is produced by B. Allen Bourgeois for Authors Marketing Guild LLC, copyright 2020. Voiceover by Randy James, Lydia Bello, and B. Allen Bourgeois. To be a sponsor of the show or for more information, please email us at info@authorsmarketingguild.com. To be interviewed for the show, please complete the form at radio.authorsmarketingguild.com. Music Always Rejoice by Ramcord